Move to a different league. We haven't talked about the NBA in a while. Uh, Breaking news in the past week is Jimmy Butler wants out of Minnesota. He said his three top choices were the Clippers, Knicks, and Nets. The rumors are the Clippers are his top choice. Out of those three, Cleveland has been rumored to be interested in making a heavy push. Dan Gilbert. I'm not sure if Dan Gilbert has officially said that, but it's pretty clear. And then Miami has been very aggressive as well. Tom Thibodeau, the coach, tried to meet with Jimmy Butler to change his mind, but Jimmy Butler said no. But the organization's plan to this point is to keep Jimmy Butler on the team. And I think they want to be patient with it. I don't think they just want to trade him immediately, maybe like the
They
Raiders
want to try
did.
and at least maximize their value if they have to trade him. I
Yeah.
think they're just trying to see if somehow they can retain Jimmy Butler. But here's what Jimmy Butler's realizing. He's seeing Tom Thibodeau's using him at the highest usage rate of almost any player in the NBA, and he's looking at Derrick Rose over here, who has two knees that don't even bend the same way, and he's looking like, I don't know if I'm going to last much longer if I'm getting used 37 minutes a game, more than LeBron, more than any other player in the league. And he's already a two-way stud, but I mean, he's getting bogged down with basically having to cover the slack of everyone on that starting lineup for defense. I mean, and we've heard there's rumors of Jimmy Butler maybe having gotten with Kat's girlfriend.
Those are rumors.
Those are rumors.
Those will stay in the rumor section of that.
We saw how Dwayne Wade responded to him on Instagram, so he might know something's up there. But I think Jimmy Butler's just kind of seeing that maybe the writing's on the wall, and Tom Thibodeau really is overrated. He's a great defensive-minded coach, but offense, he's so stale with his play calling. I mean, when you have players as dynamic as Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, and you've got Tyus Jones and Jimmy Butler all on this team, and your offense almost looks non-existent in the playoffs, I think Jimmy is just getting frustrated at this point, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. I think the best fit for Jimmy would be Miami. I mean, Miami has always had like a gritty style of play. They always play gritty defense. Their offense has never been the most smooth offense. But, I mean, Jimmy's used to that. But Eric Spoelstra is a much more capable coach of handling a player of Jimmy Butler's caliber than Tom Thibodeau is, who basically ruined Derrick Rose's career single-handedly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Dave. I think Miami would be the best place. Just you have Spoelstra. He's proven that he can win. You also have Dwayne Wade there, who will be a valuable piece to just give him some advice for the last year that Dwayne Wade is there. And you still have good pieces with Goran Dragic and Hassan Whiteside. I think the biggest issue...
not Hassan. Hassan's some cheeks now, but
hey, I mean,
they've got Josh
Richardson,
and they've got guys on that team who can produce. They have a lot of very capable role player type of players. Tyler Johnson's a guy who can get you some spark off the bench. Kelly Olynyk can get you some spark off the bench.
And they still have Justice Winslow, who's young, but I think the main point is Pat Riley's there, and he's shown that he can build championship teams. And the toughest thing for Miami, I think, is getting that first star. And if they got Jimmy Butler in, then I think there'd be a high likelihood that they would be able to find that second superstar to pair with Jimmy and make a championship team in Miami. In regards to Jimmy Butler's list with the Clippers, Knicks, and Nets, I'm a little confused on where he's going with that. Obviously, before we get to that, Cleveland, you don't want to go to Cleveland if you're Jimmy. That would be horrible. But
would it be though? I mean, I feel like it'd be. I mean,
going from Minnesota, from playing with Karl Anthony Towns, and Andrew Wiggins has his question marks surrounding his heart, but he's still a very talented player and will score 20 points a game. But
I mean, Cleveland, those guys they're at least they've been to the show. They've been to the big game, and everyone roasts J.R. Smith for his big mistake. But J.R. Smith is still a competitor. J.R. Smith has still gotten to that point. Kevin Love is still been
I think
an all-star caliber player. I think if Jimmy went, I think Jimmy going there would be better for him than going to the New York Knicks, quite frankly.
Well, I'll say I don't get why the Nets are on the list. Like,
I think the Nets have been really smart with how they've accumulated assets. When you look at their young talent, they've made a lot out of nothing, honestly. But they've gotten Jared Allen. They actually got D'Angelo Russell, and Spencer Dinwiddie has produced some big returns for them. They've got Allen Crabbe. So I think that they're a deep team. Joe Harris, who's a great wing shooter. I think that the Brooklyn Nets would give Jimmy Butler the chance to be that alpha star player while also being on an emerging team coming up on the rise.
Yeah, I mean that's where I don't get the Jimmy Butler wanting to be that one guy, right? You don't become a legend, you don't sell shoes by missing the playoffs or losing in the first round. Like you go to Brooklyn, that's what's gonna happen. And the one thing I'll say, I like the Clippers and the Knicks more. I like the Knicks for this reason because it seems like that's where Kyrie Irving could end up. So a Kyrie Irving and Jimmy Butler
You can't rely on
combination.
Kyrie, though,
But
man.
if you're a Knicks fan, that is a very injury-prone combination that I don't think they would win there. I don't think he would win. I mean, to be honest, I don't see Jimmy winning wherever he goes unless he joins the Lakers or the Warriors or Boston. But, if he goes to the Clippers, I get it more because maybe Kawhi will come there. That's also LA.
The Clippers are a team that could sneakily get really good in a very short period of time. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you have Doc Rivers there, which, there's the question marks, but he's one. He's a good coach.
Got Jerry West.
Jerry West. The Clippers I get the Clippers. I don't get the Nets.
See, the Nets, Brooklyn's a bigger market than Minnesota.
No, I get the market aspect of it, but still, like, winning is more important. Like, if you're in a smaller market, but Minnesota is not a bad market by any stretch. It's not Oklahoma City. It's still a big market. It's not obviously New York or LA or the Bay Area, but it's
the
up
East
there.
is just so wide open. I mean, if he went to the Nets, I feel like they're automatically in playoff contention just because of how weak
who do the Nets
East is.
have?
They have D'Angelo Russell.
I mean, come on.
I mean, you pair up D'Angelo Russell with Jimmy Butler. I think that's definitely going to be way better than a lot of other teams there. I mean, my Atlanta Hawks are some cheeks right now. I mean, like the competition in the East isn't as strong as it is in the West. I mean, if he stays in the East, if he goes to the East, that he'll definitely have more of an opportunity to make the playoffs and be the guy.
Yeah, I mean, sure, okay, whatever. Like, you can make the playoffs in the East, but you're not going to win a playoff series. Like, you're not going to beat the Sixers, the Celtics. Probably not. I mean, I don't think they would beat the Heat.
They're definitely not going to beat the Raptors. I mean,
yeah, with Kawhi, that's what I just don't understand, right? Like,
also breaking news: Kawhi laughed.
that was terrifying.